Every day you see people succeeding and wonder, why is my life not like theirs? Maybe you've been procrastinating, didn't know what to do, or maybe you've been afraid of judgment from friends and family. I get it. I spent years in that spot. I told myself I want to start on YouTube and be successful, but I was lying to myself and it took me months to even post my first ever video. But now I'm here, millions of views, hundreds of thousands of followers, and tens of thousands of dollars later, I know exactly how to help you post your first ever video 48 hours from now. So today I'm gonna go back in time, when I've had no experience, no gear, no money, and show you the exact 7 steps I would take if I were to start again on YouTube today. When starting a YouTube channel, most people get stuck on questions like how do I find my niche or what should I make videos about? And guess what? I found the perfect answer to that. Start by creating a product before the channel even exists. This is actually the most powerful yet overlooked tactic out there. A product instantly tells you what topics to cover in your videos. You wouldn't talk productivity selling a weight loss program. Plus, you can start making money right away instead of kicking yourself for not selling anything in a video that got millions of views. I've been there, and so many of my creative friends. That's why when I decided to start a channel from scratch, I created a product first. I used the tactics I found in this incredibly handsome YouTuber's free course, started a 14-day free school group trial, crafted my offer, and came up with this. Aesthetics Calisthenics, free community with a 3-month-long paid program inside. And just like that, it was clear that I needed to make videos for thick moms into calisthenics. Yep, you heard that right, the best kind. Otherwise, who's gonna buy my product? So there it is. I found my niche, my perfect customer, and set myself up to make money. And you can do it too. Start with a product, follow the steps, and watch everything else fall into place. When you're just starting out with a YouTube channel, you don't have an audience that YouTube can recommend your videos to. That's why you need to make sure that your target audience can find your videos manually through YouTube search. So, I started brainstorming topics that overweight 9-to-5 workers might be searching for. How to lose fat with calisthenics seemed like the obvious choice, but the competition was tougher than a shitty steak. There are just too many creators with millions of followers making videos on that topic. So I busted out my trusty vidIQ tool and found a more specific gem. How to lose fat with calisthenics as a busy professional. Why did I choose this term? Firstly, the videos that ranked on top were getting consistent views months after posting, which is a good sign that they come from search. Secondly, there were 0 videos with that exact title. This meant I could easily rank #1 for that search term and get a steady stream of 1 to 2K views every month. And that is exactly what I needed to get this channel up and running. Creating a title is pretty straightforward. You just use the search term you found exactly as it is. My search term was a bit long, but it sounded perfect. And if yours is too short, just throw another keyword in there. Now, creating a thumbnail, that's where things get a little bit more tricky. I like to use the tactic of 3 C's: conveyance, clarity, and quality. Conveyance means delivering a message with your thumbnail. It should attract your target audience even without the title. Since I'm helping 9-to-5 workers lose 25 pounds in 3 months with calisthenics, I went with a transformation photo. Clarity means making sure that the viewer sees exactly what they want. Their dream outcome is a 6-pack, and luckily I've got one, so I'm not hiding it. I'm showing it off in the thumbnail because that's what's going to attract my target audience. And since YouTube thumbnails are tiny, I made sure the photos were big enough for everyone to see my abs clearly, even on small screens. And don't forget the infamous red arrow. Finally, quality. Thumbnails are like packaging, and nobody wants to buy a product wrapped in a battle-scarred box. High quality pictures matter a lot. Now, I did use a pro camera for my photos, but it's not just about the camera. Just like in painting, the canvas isn't as important as how you use the paint. In photography, the camera isn't as important as the lighting either. So just make sure you light yourself properly when taking photos and you will be golden. Using Thumbs Up TV, I checked that my title fit in the sidebar and my image stood out from the background. Everything looked great, so I was good to go. While scripting a really good video is not an easy topic, I really don't think you should pay much attention to it when you're just starting out. That's because it takes a hell lot of time, and even if you manage to craft the best script in the world, the video will probably not turn out amazing because as a beginner, you lack comfort in front of the camera and speaking skills. Back when I started on YouTube, the main mistake I've made was only scripting word for word, which forced me to memorize one sentence, say it to the camera, and repeat for the entire video. It not only took an unnecessarily long time to script and film, but also edit because of the amount of cuts in between each sentence, and the videos wouldn't sound natural anyway. And so starting this new channel, I decided to learn from my past mistakes and approach scripting differently. The hook is the most important part, because if 50% of your viewers leave in the first 30 seconds, YouTube probably won't think that the video is good. I scripted my hook word for word to make sure it was as engaging as possible and that I wasn't wasting any second of it saying anything unnecessary. The rest of the video, I just planned that in like 5 to 10 bullet points. Very general bullet points. That's because if you're gonna make them specific, you'll probably end up pretty much reading off of them, which is the complete opposite of why you script in bullet points in the first place. So you need to make them broad enough so that you just know what you gotta talk about, but so that you have to speak off the top of your head. You might think that having a professional camera, perfect angles, or razor-sharp video quality is the key to YouTube success. There are YouTubers with millions of subscribers who film their videos with nothing more than a phone and the most basic room setup. Why? Because it all comes down to one thing: lighting. Just like with thumbnail photos, lighting can either make or break your video. Normally, I shoot with a $200 softbox, but for my new channel, I went with something much simpler than that. I parked myself in a corner with a window 45 degrees to the side. Since the sun wasn't blasting through it, I got this soft, flattering light on my face. Instant looks maxing. I decided to show a large portion of my room in the frame, because I wanted to introduce viewers to my world, not just some boring white wall. I made sure I was sitting comfortably, with the frame capturing me from the chest up and leaving a little bit of space above my head. Now, let's talk audio. A microphone would give you better sound quality, which is super important. But back when I started in 2022, I didn't have one, so I recorded audio with my phone and used a trick in the editing to make it sound better. More on that later. I would start recording and talk until I had a good take. Then I would stop the recording and start again exactly where I left off. This made cutting the clips in the editing super easy, like slicing through warm butter. The first thing I did was throw the entire A-roll into my DaVinci Resolve timeline and start chopping it up to create a smooth talking head video. Since I stopped recording each take after nailing it, I knew exactly where to cut, right after the last audio waveform appeared on the clip. After that, I rewatched the entire video to catch any possible mistakes and to make sure it flowed smoothly. Next, I exported just the speech audio and ran it through Adobe Podcast to enhance it. This trick turned my crappy phone audio into something that sounds like it was recorded in a fancy studio. And honestly, I do this for almost all my videos, even the one you're watching right now. When it came to adding B-roll, I recorded some shots of myself demonstrating the exercises I talked about. This made it easier for viewers to understand and follow along. I also filmed a reenactment of my thumbnail photo and stuck it in the first few seconds of the video. Why? Because I want viewers to get exactly what they clicked for, right from the start. Now, let's talk about a common editing myth. You don't need a ton of fancy animations to keep viewers hooked. Video editing is all about increasing average view duration. Do you need advanced animations for that? Nope. You just need to break the repetitiveness so your video doesn't turn into a snooze fest. How do you do that? Fill in the big gaps where not much is happening. For parts where I was yapping with no additional clips, I added some simple on-screen text to keep things interesting. Then I added some sound effects and music using Epidemic Sound or Artlist. I picked different songs for each part of the video to keep things fresh, and I also matched the mood of each song with my speech to keep it natural. To wrap things up, I color graded everything by slapping on my signature LUTs, and just like that, the video was ready to be exported. First, I added my title, yep, exactly that phrase. Then I repeat it in the first line of my description because repetition is key. Below that, I explain what the video is about while throwing in a bunch of related keywords like they were confetti at a parade. Next, I uploaded my thumbnail and 2 similar versions to A and B test them. To get high-performing tags for my title, I went to rapidtags.io, I grabbed a bunch of tags and threw them in. Then I checked a bunch of useless settings, hit publish, and let me show you how it turned out. Welcome to Big Guns for Single Moms, the #1 calisthenics program in the world that will make you lose 20
Now,
pounds. This obviously wasn't too serious. But if you're looking to achieve location, time, and financial freedom and make a living creating videos about what you love, then I have a free community exactly for you. Inside, you will find every single tool I've used in this video, a free YouTube course, and a link to book a free one-on-one call with me during which I will review your channel. So if you want me to personally help you get to 1,000 subscribers, join Creator Community free using the first link in the description. And I'll see you on the side where people are sick of being consumers and where they want to be the creators of their own reality.